Hey everyone, I hope you can hear me. We are here again, streaming from Facebook to YouTube again. If you're watching on Facebook, hi, successful women. And hi to all the new VIPs. I know we keep putting the VIP posts up there. You guys are killing it. And if you are on YouTube, then thanks for jumping on. I know this is still kind of new, me streaming live to YouTube. Lunch Break Live is getting like really popular, so I wanted my YouTube followers to be able to enjoy it as well. And so I hope you enjoy it, and let me know in the YouTube comments if you do. And if you're on Facebook watching the replay, make sure you comment hashtag replay for a chance to win an Amazon gift card, and I'll be choosing that in the next couple of days. Just a reminder, because I think there's a little confusion about the posting. I know like every group has different posting rules, and you got to read the rules to see if you're able to post and what you're able to post and stuff like that. So I don't want there to be any confusion. If you are a non-VIP member, you can post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you cannot put links in your post, but you can put your link in the comments. And your post must include engagement or some kind of value to the group. Um, this is in the group rules for your reference. If you want to check it out, if you have any questions about that, let me know. You're going to see some posts on other days with links and things, and those are the VIPs that are posting with their links if they choose to post with their links. I hope VIPs, it's working out for you. You're getting some good leads. You're starting to build some relationships, and let me know if I can help you. Paige, are you there? Paige is in the comments right now waiting to give away Amazon gift cards. So keep those comments coming and let Paige know that you want an Amazon gift card. Okay, raise a hand in the comments if you are ready to get more leads, more clients, and more profits. Please welcome our special guest, Monica Valentine Reynolds. Monica is the owner of Vox Pop Marketing. And what she does is she helps service providers to scale their business with an online customer. So get your pen and paper ready, and let's welcome Monica.
Hi, Katie. So happy to
Hey,
be
hey,
here.
Monica, welcome.
Thank you.
And I will give you the floor.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, hey, all the beautiful ladies out there. I know that you are in business online, looking to make an impact, stand out, reach your ideal customers, and really just build that generational wealth, right, for you and your family. Well, I'm so happy to be here and share what I've learned over the past 11 years running a marketing agency, my own marketing agency, where I have served many service providers in the B2B, business to business, and business to consumer space. So, over the past 18 years, I have been a digital marketer and web designer, and I put those methods and knowledge to work for my customers over the years. And what I learned in that 11 years of serving these businesses who also provide services is that there are certain things that work and certain things that definitely don't work when it comes to marketing. Like, for example, you may have tried blogging on your website and thinking it might get you leads and it didn't. Maybe you have invested in a beautiful web design, or you continuously tinker with your website thinking that might be the thing that's going to get you those leads. Maybe you've posted a bunch to social media, but you haven't actually had sales conversations from people that have seen your posts. If any of this sounds familiar, then stay tuned because I have some tips that are going to help to turn this around for you. Now, this is based on something I call the customer attraction system, which was developed over those 11 years in seeing what works and what doesn't work. And the thing that I found that is the number one key to turning your marketing around is doing it in the right order to begin with. Most people do their marketing out of order. Okay, so what do we typically do? We go straight to the messaging and the web design and the social media, right? Social media messaging, right? That's the first thing we typically do. But in fact, that's out of order. So the first thing you need to do, this is the first key to the three keys, okay? The first key is strategy. So this is a whole big topic that it's probably a lot bigger than you might imagine. You may have already done a little bit of a strategy for your business and you thought, this is good, this is a good start, and now it's time to message. But in fact, if you have questions about who specifically you're talking to online, if it's not real clear to you, if you wonder what you need to be saying to attract leads and customers, then more than likely your strategy is not fully fleshed out. And so it's important to know what even is included in a strategy, right? There's actually several elements that go into it. I like to talk about it like the tires on your car. Think of your strategy like a tire on your car, and the hub at the center of the wheel, that's your audience. Okay, so think about it. Okay, draw it out on a piece of paper if you have a paper handy. Draw the circle, draw another circle inside of the circle, that's your hub. And inside of that smaller hub circle, write the word audience. Then I want you to draw spokes. Okay, so the spokes are your niche, your offers, your messaging, and your sales. And these things all are included in a well rounded strategy. Now, of course, you want to start with a niche. You need to know who you're talking to. So, a lot of people will be very general with their marketing and they'll say, well, anyone can use my services. Or maybe, as an example, you might say, well, anyone who has an online business could use my services, or any woman with an online business. That's really broad. So, what the purpose of having a niche is that it's really clear to you what you need to be saying to attract attention because you know that the audience so well. You know exactly what their challenges are, what their desires are in terms of the outcomes that they want. And then you can really speak to those because the challenge is that a female entrepreneur who has products to sell, the challenges that she has are going to be very different than the challenges that a woman entrepreneur who does web design specifically, right? That's completely different than someone who has products. And so you can see why niching can be so effective at helping you with your messaging to help you stand out online. See, that's the thing that keeps people from standing out online is being too general and not being clear enough on the very specific message that they need to be sending. So that is the first key. Get really clear on your strategy and first and foremost, your niche. Once you know your niche, you can work on messaging and your offers that really land for that audience, that really sell, and then you can develop your sales process as well. Now, these are all things that are part of the customer attraction system that I work with people on. And so let's talk about the second key to turning your marketing around so that you can stand out online, attract leads, make more sales, and scale up your business. The second thing that you would work on is design. Okay. So normally, like I said, we put that cart before the horse. Normally we start with design and then the messaging and so on. Okay. Well, once you get your strategy set, then you want to go to your design and you want to refine what you've already got if you already have something, and you want to be really super clear on your pages about who specifically you serve, the specific challenges that you help to overcome, and the outcomes that you help people to get with your service. And you want to be brief, and you want to make your pages easy to scan. A lot of times I see that web pages are stuffed full of information, and people just tend to not really read online these days. I mean, we read, but we don't read verbatim a big chunk of text, right? What we do instead is we scan. So we'll get to a website, we'll say, oh, okay, I got the overall picture. This looks interesting. Now let me kind of scan through. Oh, here's keywords that stand out to me. Now I really want to know more. So that's what you're doing, is you're guiding the eye down the page. So that is the design portion. Now, your design encompasses more than just your homepage, of course. You're going to have service pages. Those service pages are going to be related to your offers, which you will develop in your strategy section. And your offers need to be very specific and clear about the outcomes and the transformation that you provide. It's not enough to say, just to have a list of services that you offer. It's not enough to say I can do X, Y, and Z. Uh, book a call. Instead, it's I understand your challenges, and this is the method that I use to help you get these outcomes. That's sort of like the broad strokes of an offer messaging that you want to use on your service pages. Now, there's two types of services or offers that I like to guide my students through, and that's an entry point offer and an offer, like a core offer. Now, an entry point offer is something that gets people interested in working with you because it's got a lower barrier to entry. It's less expensive than your core offer, so there's less risk to them. If someone's never been referred to you, if they barely know who you are, oh, I'm back. Okay, I don't know what happened, and but anyhow, that entry point offer is going to get people who are curious about what you do, and they want your service, but they're not sure if you're going to deliver on your promise. It's a good opportunity to get them in the door. And then once they are, then you can lead them to your core offer, which is your high ticket service. And that's really what the customer attraction helps with, is to help you to sell high ticket services. So if you're an expert in your field, if you have lots of knowledge to share, if you have a specialty, this is perfect. This is a perfect way to sell those high ticket services. So just want to be really clear on the transformation and the outcome on your website. Okay. And then the third key to attracting more leads, to scale up your business, is marketing, of course, right? Once we have a very clear picture of like the niche, the message, the offers, and then we have it on your website. So it's very clear and simple what it is that you provide for people, that high value that you provide. Then it's time to tell the world with your messaging. And marketing comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes and flavors, right? Like I already mentioned, maybe you've done blog posting before and social media and things like that. There's email marketing, podcasting, YouTube, you name it. There's a million ways to market your business. But the name of the game is growing your audience. So that audience growth is going to be key to eventually pulling plenty of leads over time. Bigger your audience, the more leads you can pull from. And you also want to be nurturing relationships, right? So look for people online who look like your ideal customer. Build relationships with them over time. Remember, when it comes to marketing, it's kind of like dating. Like a lot of times we would just want to cut to the chase and essentially propose marriage, right? Like, hey, work with me. This is essentially the same thing as proposing marriage. But instead, the tactic that you'll take is ask them out to coffee, right? That's something, a low barrier to entry. Again, this is something like a lead magnet or a webinar or a conversation like we're having right here. This is our coffee date, if you will. Once you move that from that stage, you can move them into a sales conversation. Maybe that's lunch, right? And then taking them over to your entry point offer. That would be dinner, and then core offer, that's marriage. So what you're doing with your marketing is you're building relationships that guide people from coffee all the way through to the core offer, marriage, right? Now, with your marketing and you're building your audience, one of the best ways that you can build an audience is to leverage other people's audiences. So as an example, you might talk to other people's groups. You might write a guest blog post or appear on a podcast or something like that, right? So show up in as many places as you can to other people's built-in already large audiences, and you're going to start to more quickly build your own audience that you can then convert over to leads, sales calls, and so on. Now, another key to marketing is if you don't ask, you don't receive, right? So a lot of times when we're marketing, we're givers, right? Especially as service providers, we love to give. So we'll give all of our information as much as possible. We'll give so much, but we're not asking enough. And that's the key to pulling those leads in. So you're building relationships, you're building your audience, you're putting content out into the world where you're giving value. And then it's time to ask. So be sure that you're asking on a regular basis for people to take the next step with you. So, as an example, you might say, if this sounds interesting to you, then drop the word me in the comments, right? So, you're saying you're offering something, you know, a complimentary consultation where you can pinpoint, you know, their next steps to get to the outcome that they want. If this sounds interesting to you, drop me in the comments. And then from there, you can start to have conversations with them through direct messages that lead to sales calls. So these are all ways that you can start to pull leads into your business. Now, remember the three keys to turning your marketing around and scaling up your business are strategy first, design, and then marketing. Now, when it comes to marketing, have a system and a process. Make it a daily thing if you can. Devote time to it every day, and you'll start to see progress over time. There really is no big secret when it comes to success, I've learned. It really is just doing the work and being consistent. So that's really the hard part. I think the hard part is implementing and being consistent. And that's one of the things that the customer attraction system is built in for. It's to provide that accountability, to help you to implement and to stay on track with your targets. So that is the overall. If this method sounds interesting to you, I have a free download called Three Keys to Double Your Clients and Profits. And I believe Katie has a link for you. So you can go and download that and get the full broad overview of what we're talking about and then some. It gives you detailed list of what each step includes. There are 9 steps in the process. 9, 8. There's actually 8 steps in the process with 3 key pillars that we just discussed. So once you download it, you can see exactly what it is that you need to be doing and how it's going to help you to turn around your marketing so you can start to scale up your business. And that is our training for today.
Hey, thank you so much. That was like so good. I'm taking notes as usual. I'm always taking notes. That was awesome. We're kind of like on the same wavelength and doing a lot of the same things. So that's great. I love to see how other people do stuff. And it sounds like you are like super organized and you have it like just set in stone and it just sounds amazing. So I'm definitely going to be checking out um, your link as well. So thank
Great,
you
thank you.
so much. Thank you for being here,
Happy to be here.
taking your time to be here. I know that you just moved and everything's kind of up in arms, so it's kind of crazy, but thanks for taking the time to come here and have a great rest of your day. Monica is going to be in the comments to answer any questions and make sure you check out her link. All right. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
All right, guys. So let's face it and let's get real. We're all here for income, right? I mean, isn't that kind of like the whole point to what we're doing, right? We all need money to live. And I hope that most of us are doing it and earning this money, doing something that we love and helping the people that we love to help. And we kind of, we're on that good positive vibe wavelength with what we're doing. They say that if you're doing something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So tell me in the comments if your business is like something already that you really, really love, or that you know it's on the way to being something that you really, really love. A lot of you know that I'm a nurse, so that means that I have a strong dedication to serve and to help people and to get people on the right track with their life and to feel better. That's why I started originally selling products with the fastest growing health and wellness company in the world, because I knew that stuff actually worked and actually made a difference. But what I didn't know was that I wasn't a good salesperson. I struggled to figure out what the problem was for like a full year. Like I had this awesome stuff and this awesome company, but I just couldn't get it across to people the way that I wanted it to, like how great this stuff really was, until I found someone who did. And they had the same passion for it as I did. And they had a bulletproof system to do it. Now, they aren't someone huge and living in a big fancy house and driving big fancy cars. They were 2 women who had integrity, who follow up with what they promised. And their commitment level was so high, probably higher than mine was at the time that I found them. I was at a point where I was getting really frustrated and I was just not feeling great about what I was doing. I don't know if any of you are in that place right now or if you felt that way. So, what I did was I attached myself to their level of commitment, and they made me come back to reality and realize that I had the ability to make fundamental differences in people's lives, like the levels of people's lives that make the biggest difference. And I could help move the needle for someone else who is stressed. I can help move the needle for someone who can't keep up with the current economy because economy is cray cray right now. Now, I know a lot of us are scared. We're scared when we get into our business. We don't want to make the wrong move. We don't want to look stupid. We don't know what people will think. And we all care what people think about us, right? I don't know why we do, but we do. Now, we say that we don't know anything because we're not like quote unquote experts, but you don't need to be an expert to be seen as a professional and to be seen as a leader. You have to have enthusiasm, though. I know a lot, I should say, I know that a lot, I know a lot more than a lot of people, but I also don't know as much as some people. So does that qualify me as an expert? I don't know. I mean, I guess expert could be subjective, but my level of commitment makes me an enthusiast. And and programs that will help someone, a lot of someone's actually. And what you want and what I want, it can only be achieved when it's earned. So that does mean putting in some work, but that work should be inspired, which is like inspired work is the most important kind of work. Now, who am I talking to specifically? Well, usually in my marketing, I'm talking to new or aspiring entrepreneurs, or it could be current business owners that are stuck or they're just not seeing the results that they're looking for. Maybe they want to give their business a boost, right? Now, being a nurse, I'm all about systems and procedures and keeping things like simple and straightforward. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. That's just in my nature and that's what I do. So that's the kind of program I like to follow. And so, because social media is basically free, that's where I like to tell people to go because most of us don't have thousands of dollars to spend on ads or opening brick and mortar stores, right? So, how do you make your time on social media profitable? Now, you've probably noticed the sheer volume of information out there. I mean, you're probably constantly getting ads in your news feed. There's so many experts, right? The quote unquote experts out there claiming to have the best way to grow a business. But a lot of them just aren't telling the whole story or they don't have that A to Z, get me from point A to all the way to Z blueprint, at least not at the price point that I could afford. I mean, I don't have, $30,000 to hire a marketing team, like a big marketing team. So I've spent some dollars and cents on different lower price strategies. Maybe that taught me some things that I didn't know, but these things didn't help me get from point A to point B and then especially to Z. So at the end, I had a bunch of strategies, but they didn't fit together and they often contradicted each other. I don't know if you have experienced that as well. So I was left just feeling frustrated and almost ready to give up because what I had was not what I considered a business. It was an expensive, time consuming hobby that was sucking up all of my resources. So when I did find these coaches, it was like a light shining down on me, showing me the way. And I just really clicked with what they were saying. And that was where I wanted to go. And everything all of us everything that we know, it's always been taught by someone else, whether it starts with your parents and then teachers and then coaches and things like that. But they say you only need to know 2% more than your audience for someone to consider you an quote unquote expert. So what have you been taught by someone, have put your own tweaks and your own experience on it, and just know that you could teach it to someone else? The system that I use, along with my own touches, shows the specific income producing activities that is making my business profitable. And having that nurse mindset, I want to teach it to everyone that I know that would really need it and that wants it, right? Anybody else that resonates with what I'm saying. You can see a lot of this in my YouTube videos, but I'll give you a few little snippets right now. So, this is similar to what Monica was saying. The first step is to attract your ideal audience, right? I'm helping you discover who your ideal client is, what problems you help them solve, and how you help them solve it. We're getting clear, and this clarity will help you deliver content on social media that calls out to these people and lets them know that you are the resource that they are looking for. And I'll help you figure out the content too, because it's pretty simple the way we do it. The next step is to capture your audience. If they see your post and they think it's great and maybe they write a comment, but then they forget that you ever existed, that doesn't help you very much. You have to capture them and bring them deeper into your world. I help you build a freebie offer that will attract the right people and get them into an email list. Then you can engage with them further. You can't build on social media and just leave it there. You don't own anything in social media. And any of these platforms, like they can change, they change algorithms, they could shut your account down at any moment in time. So by building an email list, you can ensure that you can stay in contact with your most engaged followers, the ones that are really resonating with you. The next step is to nurture that audience. I'm sure you've heard about these steps before, right? Attraction, capture, nurture, convert. That's pretty similar in all marketing. But you're probably like, how do I nurture an audience? Like, what do I say to them? Well, I help you with this as well. People do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. There's a lot of ways to nurture an audience, and we'll find the best way that suits you and your personality. You can do Facebook group, you can do hero content on YouTube, just through your email marketing. There's a lot more, there's a lot of different ways. But by showing up consistently to your audience, you will put yourself light years ahead of your competition in terms of know, like, and trust. And the last step in this very simple process is to convert. The question is, how soon can I make money from this process, right? Because we need to make the money. The minute you commit to building an email list with this correct type of strategy is when you can convert your audience into paying customers. I show you how to link your freebie offer to an irresistible, no-brainer, low ticket or micro offer, as we call it, that your ideal customers will be dying to purchase. This micro offer will show them exactly the kind of work that you are capable of and will leave them wanting more. This is how you build your audience of raving fans that will always want what you have to offer. And by building an email list in this way, instead of just random emails, you will convert an average of 20% of your audience. Now, you all know me here in Facebook or on YouTube talking about the systems and the business side of things. But I also introduced my email list to the products that I sell with my network marketing company, which really doesn't have much to do with anything that I teach here. But because my email list is getting to know me and they're getting to trust me, a lot of people want to try my products when they see my weekly product posts because they know that I would never steer them wrong, and they know that they know me, they like me, and they can start to trust me. This is also an amazing prospecting tool if you're building a network marketing team, because if someone is in your world and you're nurturing them and they're loving what you're doing, and if they decide they need an additional stream of income or they're not happy with their current company, they will reach out to you and they will want to join a person that they see and they hear from consistently and they know that they can trust. Therefore, no more cold DMs for you, because I hated doing that and it felt so unnatural. The great thing about this system is that you can keep putting yourself through the cycle and keep creating offers if you want to. And the offers, every time you do it, they'll just keep getting better and better, because every time you'll be more experienced, you'll have more market research from your previous offer, and your customers are getting to know you a lot better. And you may decide at some point to create a high ticket signature offer as well, which would be absolutely amazing. We are using free, organic, rejection free marketing strategies. No high stress launches here, unless you really want to, but that's not how I do it. If this system sounds like something you want to try, I invite you to join Successful Women's VIP annual plan now while it's still in pre-sale. I'm offering this low, low price as a thank you for helping me get this formal course off the ground, and in hopes that I'll get some great testimonials from you guys as well. That's my hope, right? The first of this 5-lesson system is dropping next week, and I don't want you to miss it because the price is going to go up. So get in while it's low. The link I put in the description for this video as well. And check out free additional offers from other business owners that are in this group that should be rolling out to the Facebook group in the next few minutes for the next few buyers. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you again to Monica Valentine Reynolds for that amazing training. I mean, that was like solid information there. And make sure you check out her link as well, because that's what I'm going to be doing next. And congrats to the Amazon gift card winner. Make sure you email me, and you guys have a great rest of your day. See you later, guys.